Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is December 30th, 2019. We're getting close to New Year's Eve. I hope everybody is excited about that. I'm hoping that the majority of you have had some time off with your families and are looking forward to the new year. It's been a crazy year, and I know many of us are looking forward to moving into 2020 and putting the teens behind us. It really has been an interesting year. It's actually been an interesting 3 years for the Virgo Triad channel. I'm going to tell you a really quick story, and then we're going to move on to something that's extremely important. I want to make sure that everybody pays attention to it. We're going to be following it more closely from this point forward. But I want to link some things together for you, and this is going to be linking some very key people that I've talked about on the Virgo Triad channel in the past. So here is my quick story. I opened, as you can see, if you go on the About tab on the Virgo Triad channel, the Virgo Triad channel in 2014. The purpose for the channel was simply because I had grandchildren that I didn't want watching YouTube. Things that were inappropriate were just, not an option as far as I was concerned. So what I was doing was uploading movies and plays that I thought were safe for my grandchildren to watch. That was the only YouTube account that I had at the time. I was not someone who did any kind of big business or had a bunch of, websites or anything online. So I went ahead, and when I started noticing all of the lies and scams that were going on across YouTube in early 2017, when the Harvey Dent video dropped about secret accounts and the redemption theory was spreading like crazy, I decided to start speaking out about those things because I was concerned that people would fall into that trap. I have a history in finance, my background and my education has a history of finance, and I knew that those things were not true, and I didn't want anyone getting in trouble. I was aware of what could potentially happen to people who tried those Federal Reserve routing numbers and attempted A for V, for example. When I actually first started speaking out, I had absolutely no idea how dangerous some of these people were. When I started receiving death threats, I couldn't believe it. It just seemed really silly to me that debunking not the people, but the scams themselves, and proving that these things could not work because of the laws that were in place, the very laws that these people claimed gave them the right to do these things, would irritate and upset so many people to the point that I would start receiving death threats. Attempting to assassinate my character was simply not as easy as they thought it was going to be because I didn't have a footprint online. I was a person who actually did all of my business in real life. I still don't have a footprint online as to my actual person. There have been people that have attempted to try and who think that they know my name, but the fact is they don't. None of the Virgo Triad accounts are linked to me personally at all, and I'm very grateful for that at this point because there are many people that have tried to call out these individuals who don't have the luxury of the anonymity that I have, and as a result of that, have been damaged in ways that I don't even want to go into. But when I first started the channel, I had absolutely no idea how dangerous these people really could get, nor was I aware of how large this community actually is. Which leads me to talking about someone whose name you've heard before, Kim Goigan. Now, when this name first popped up for me, I had no idea who this person was. I had no idea what they were all about, and I didn't understand why I was being called something that wasn't me. Well, over time, I've had an opportunity to do a little research into Kim Goigan and some of her, affiliates, we'll call them. I've also had some help from some other groups who have tried to warn me about the reason behind why April LeJeune and Anna Von Reitz found it necessary to try to link me to this person. And I think it's going to be fairly obvious by the time we're done investigating all of this, the reason behind why April and Anna wanted to link me to this person so badly, because it was imperative for them to not to be able to put forth something that other people would listen to that would somehow raise some kind of doubt in the information that I was putting out. So here's a couple of examples of just how much they felt like they needed to try to link the Virgo Triad channel to Kim Goigan. Here is the About page from tdaaccount.org. This is April LeJeune's site where she sells fraudulent paperwork and makes claims that people will be able to get all kinds of bills paid off and get their debts discharged by the United States Treasury if they just pay her $950 to do the paperwork for them, or they buy her thumb drive for $450. In great big bold lettering on the About page at tdaaccount.org, she's got Virgo Triad's real name is Kim Goigan, scam artist and swindler. About, 8 months ago, something like that, she had Anna Von Reitz on her actual radio show. This was before she got thrown off of YouTube for 3 months. And Anna Von Reitz went on her radio show and claimed that she had spoken to Kim at some point about a year before that, and she recognized the voice and claimed it was mine. I laughed about it because I honestly had no idea what these people were talking about or why they were trying to link me. But then I realized that, hey, Anna's doing it too on her website. There's a reason why the name Kim Goigan keeps popping up and why in the past these individuals have tried to link the Virgo Triad channel to it. And that is because Kim is a huge, huge scammer, and one that apparently has been on the run since 2007. She's also linked to not only Anna Von Reitz, and then, of course, by proxy, April LeJeune, but she's linked to Winston Shrout, Dan Lutz, and many other names that you guys have heard over the years that do nothing but scam other people. Let's take a look at a couple of things real quick that I think you'll find very interesting about this group of individuals. Ironically enough, this very video that you are going to have the link to watch actually implicates not only Anna Von Reitz and Dan Lutz, but also April LeJeune, again, by proxy. This was a stupid decision on Anna's behalf. She was irritated at the fact that I called her out for not being a true judge, and when she came back and made claims that I had the wrong kind of judge, I asked her in a video to qualify what it was that she was saying. Then tell us what kind of judge you really are. Again, she was debunked and proven to not be a real judge. If you want to see those videos, they're in the playlist called Anna Von Reitz Fraud. Unfortunately, Anna doesn't take kindly to someone debunking her bullshit, and she got very irritated. Again, a reason for her to try to link Virgo Triad channel to Kim Goigan. Things didn't go all that well for her because this Kim Goigan came back and said, "What the heck are you talking about? I am not Virgo Triad." It didn't even make any sense. After all, we're talking about someone who has rip-off reports from 2015 and many more just this year. Why? Because Kimberly Ann Goigan is someone who likes to run what's called the 419 scams. 419 scams, to give you an example, are like the Nigerian scams that you hear about or that maybe you've gotten in your email. They are scams that ask you for money up front in order for you to be provided with millions. In the Nigerian scams where the 419 scams take place, here's an example. You'll get an email that says that some relative of yours died and left money in another country, usually Nigeria. But in order for them to put you as the executor to that estate, they need 2,200 American dollars to cover their costs. But as soon as they receive that, you'll get millions. You guys have probably heard of this before. This is similar to the scam that Kimberly Ann Goigan has run. All of the links that I'm going over now will be in the description of this video, so you can take a look at what other people have reported. But there's been another team that has actually done an incredible amount of work with regards to the Manna World Holding Trust scam that's been going on for years. And by the way, Anna actually spoke of this and claimed everything that Kimberly was saying was true. Since then, Anna has come back and claimed that that's not real, she was wrong. Well, actually, I don't think Anna ever claims to be wrong, but she's come back and claimed that Kim is a fraudster. And that was shortly after the baloney that she supposedly was able to link me to Kim because she recognized my voice. Total bullshit. Never in my life have I ever spoken to Anna Von Reitz, and I don't care to. I don't associate with known con artists, in which all of these individuals happen to be. Anyway, this links Anna directly to the scam, and we know she's involved, along with Dan Lutz and many other individuals that you will hear about as we go along with investigating this. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce to you the video that will provide you with information about how Winston Shrout is also linked to the scams that these people are running. There's going to be a link in the description of this video to THI Team Bubba. Compare the scams with Kim Goigan and Thomas Williams. These are big names across the internet in the scam world, and something everybody should be aware of. This particular video is 2 minutes and 41 seconds long, and it shows without a doubt that Winston Shrout was involved with these group of individuals also. When you start linking them all together, and all of the proof that's been available for the last several years, you'll see they all know one another, they're all bad actors, they're all con artists, and some of them are much bigger con artists than you would imagine. My final note on this is that there is an allafrica.com story that actually tells you what it is that Kim has done. And it gives you a pretty strong reference to Kim right here in this article. The suspect is believed to be operating with Kimberly Ann Goigan. Kimberly Ann Goigan is a fraud leader, queen pin, who intentionally deceives individuals and government officials by offering them grants, free gifted money from sovereign trust accounts. That's the FMCA number that's being used by her and also links her to Winston Shrout. There's also several others that use that FMCA number, which is non-existent. And if you will take a look at the actual heading to this, it says, Liberia's finance minister threatens to weaponize ruling establishment against the media. And it goes in to talk about SWIFT codes. Now, for those of you that don't know, SWIFT codes are what are used for international money transfers. For anybody who's ever actually received money from out of the country, you're well aware that it's very easy to get the SWIFT codes. All you have to do is Google them, and they come up for just about every bank that you could possibly want. They're public information, not private. And this particular article is about a financial fraud analyst who talks about the fact that these specific SWIFT codes are public information, but the party who is the fraudster in this claimed that they had secret special SWIFT codes of some sort, which of course makes absolutely no sense. It then goes in to talk about Kim Goigan and the other party, which was working with Kim apparently, and the fact that the FMCA number that is non-existent was disclosed. I'm not going to go into any additional information with regards to this right now. I'm doing my own investigation on this, and I want to make sure that the entire story is told, especially since a character assassination on the Virgo Triad channel was attempted about a year ago by the very people that are involved in this huge, huge international scam. I hope everybody will take the time to go over and watch that video. It's 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and it's well worth it for you to know just exactly what these people are up to. They all have separate YouTube channels with thousands of viewers that watch their BS on a daily basis. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. As I said, we'll be looking into this further after the beginning of the year. I will be off for the rest of the, I'll be off until Thursday, where I will be coming back with Snoop for Truth. And again, I hope everybody has a wonderful new year. Take care.